We're back here live at CPAC 2023 here at the beautiful Gaylord, and I am joined by the one and only, the amazing Kari Lake, former gubernatorial candidate of Arizona. And, you know, when you walk by these halls here at CPAC, I think people still remember a little bit what happened in Arizona.
Oh, they do. You know, what I'm hearing is keep going, keep fighting. Thank you for fighting. And when they steal another election in Arizona, and people just walk away from that, you're walking away from the people of Arizona. And so I decided when they did what they did in the election on November 8th that I was going to stand up and fight back so that we do have a voice and it counts at the ballot box. And so our case is moving forward and people are following it. I think you know that because whenever you guys run a story,
we've been on it. And what is the very latest from Arizona? I know you've got a filing with the Supreme Court, if I'm not mistaken.
We filed this last week with the Supreme Court, and we're asking them to expedite the case, and we're asking that the 7 justices take a look at it, apply the law, and rule in our favor. When you apply the law, we believe we will get a ruling in our favor, because right now, if the Arizona Supreme Court doesn't take this up, and the lower court judge's ruling stands, they're basically saying that election procedures and election laws don't matter. You don't have to follow them. Yeah. Chain of custody doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. You don't have to run a smooth operation on Election Day. Don't worry about it. That's why it is imperative that the Supreme Court in Arizona take this case up and listen to it and rule on the law.
It's interesting as we meet, thousands of people. I have not heard one person say that they either voted for Katie Hobbs or even acknowledged they ever saw a Katie Hobbs sign. It was all about Lake. You're the one that campaigned. You're the one that went out and fundraised. You're the one that went out and did the town halls.
That's right.
She didn't do any of it. So a lot of it doesn't really pass the common sense smell check, if you will, any of this stuff.
It's again what they tried to do in 2020 when we had Joe Biden in the basement. He couldn't draw a crowd of 10. President Trump was drawing tens of thousands of people everywhere he went, and they try to tell us that Joe Biden's the most popular president in history. 81 million votes. Don't insult our intelligence, and the people of Arizona are tired of it. Katie Hobbs knows she didn't win. Everybody in Arizona knows she didn't win. She can't go out anywhere in public. She's getting booed at sporting events. She went to the most liberal town in Arizona, Tucson, and got booed at a basketball game. That tells you something.
It does.
Even the Democrats voted for me, and the independents as well. And we won, I believe, in a landslide. And we hope to get that word out and that the justices will rule and apply the law. Okay,
a little bit later tonight, you're the keynote speaker at the Reagan dinner, which is a very distinguished honor that you should have tonight. Give us a preview of your speech. And we talked off air, and it's all about this threat that we have from globalism.
Truly. I mean, this is why they're having to steal elections, because when we, the people, stand up and vote, we choose America first, common sense policy. And they have to bring that movement of we, the people, down in order to push globalism. They want the destruction of America. That's what it's about. And I think this is how we bring Americans together. We tell them what globalism really looks like. It looks a lot like communism. And right now it's not Democrats versus Republicans. It's not even establishment Republicans versus America First Republicans. This is about globalism versus Americanism. And I want for my children, and I know, Brian, you want for your children, that we have in America, the same America that we were able to live the American dream in. We want that for our children. So I think at the end of the day, Democrats are going to start coming over when they realize what globalism really is and what that will do to their hopes and dreams and their children's hopes and dreams as well.
How has your life changed post-election? I mean, you became a national figure, obviously, after the election. You still go to events. You went to Iowa.
Yep.
People are going crazy over you. How does it make you feel that you not only did you have an impact in Arizona, but you've impacted this country?
I think what it is they recognize in me a fighter, somebody who is not going to lay down and take our rights being trampled and take our elections being stolen. I will not lay down, and I'm not going to stop. This is a hill worth dying on, and people want a fighter. That's why President Trump was so popular, and he remains popular, because he's standing up and fighting. No matter what they throw at him, no matter what lies the fake news media lobs at him, no matter how they try to tear him down, he stands up and fights for us, and that is what the people want. And at the end of the day, we are all in this together, and I can't stress that enough. I think as people wake up to what the push to destabilize America, to have wide open borders, drugs pouring across, killing a young generation, our streets unsafe, the homeless crisis growing, it's not going to look good for America, and we don't want that. We don't want our money going over to Ukraine, starting a third world war.
Yeah.
We want some common sense.
Yeah, it's common sense.
And that's why I'm well known now and well received across the country. Everywhere I go, whether it's Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, Iowa, they say thank you for fighting.
Well,
this whole thing that the fake news is saying, like, don't talk about the elections. You're looking past. You're looking in the past. No, we can't move forward and reclaim our country unless we have fair, honest elections. So we have to fix what's wrong, and we need to reform our elections. And the people want that. I can tell you, from where I travel, they say, keep fighting. Thank you for fighting for election reform and election integrity.
Yeah, and I know that you're going to have your finger on the pulse there in Arizona as far as everyone's keeping Katie Hobbs in check. Like you said, she can't go anywhere without being scrutinized, and she should be getting...
Well, and she's been trying to dismantle all of the good things that have been happening in Arizona. You know, the moms and dads worked so hard to get education freedom, ESAs for all. Some people call them vouchers, but basically in Arizona, the tax money follows the student. It doesn't go to some failing government school. It follows the student. We worked hard to be on the forefront of that and make sure that our kids have those options. She's trying to dismantle that and take that freedom away from our kids and our families.
Well, the future for you, politically speaking, and I've told you offline, is huge. I think that it's limitless of what you can do in politics, but I think it's also limitless what you can do for just the American people as far as providing a faith and hope. People need hope right now because there's a lot of people have walked around here and they feel some of them feel lost because the government has let them down, and they don't have any faith in the elections.
They showed up. They did everything right. They got involved politically. They got off the sidelines. They got involved in races that they cared about, only to see them stolen. There was a pallor of depression over Arizona.
Oh, I
it's
would
still
imagine.
there.
Oh, yeah.
And people just go, what do we do? We've got these intruders. I mean, they're really, I call Katie Hobbs a squatter in the governor's office. And the cartels have taken control of our state, and we don't want that.
Yeah.
But I do want people to have hope, because I don't just have hope in our case. I have confidence in our case. And I have confidence that the American people are never going to throw in the towel and quit. That's not in our DNA.
It is not in our DNA.
We have our founding fathers' DNA inside of us, and I just don't believe that we're quitters.
Are you taking a break at all? Are you trying to go find a beach somewhere, relax, maybe read a book, and just escape from all of this political circus that we're in right now?
A little bit of time off around the new year, and it's really hard. I'm somebody who enjoys time off and family time and all of that, but when you're watching your country fall to pieces, I have a hard time
think about anything else.
Sitting around vacationing when I'm watching the country fall to pieces. So I'm just not there right now. And for me, when I'm feeling this way, how I remedy that, when I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, we have very little time on the clock to save our country, I go out and I just work.
Well, when I wear my Kari Lake hat, and I've got multiple hats, when I wear them around, I always get someone that says, Kari Lake. I don't care where I'm at, what airport I'm in, they always love Kari Lake. So we know that you're going to be here, someone that's going to be in our realm of politics for quite some time.
We can't stop. And really what politics should be, it should be a way to help people and to propel our America First movement, common sense policies. It's become ugly and dirty because we have so many corrupt politicians. I think I'm seeing a new wave of America First politicians who are in it not to be politicians. They don't want to be in office forever. They want to go in, get things accomplished, solve our problems, and then go back on with their lives. And I think that's kind of where we're headed.
Well, we love you. I know our viewers love you because Grace Saldana, our editor-in-chief, we were talking about you the other day, that when it comes to articles that people want to read about, anything with election integrity, Trump, you, all that stuff favors very well. So we certainly appreciate that, and I know that we all are praying for you. Is there a website that if people want to donate to your cause and to what you're doing right now, how do they do that?
Thank you for asking. Well, you can follow me on social media. I'm at all, Twitter, Facebook,
Which,
all
by
of
the
that.
way, you've got millions of followers, and Katie Hobbs has tens of thousands of followers. How in the hell does she win that election?
Well,
that's a whole other conversation.
Even she knows it.
Yeah, even though she knows that.
You can go, you can always go to KariLake.com, or we have a fund which is called Save Arizona Fund, FUND. If you want to help with our legal battle, it's much appreciated. If you just want to learn more about it, you can go there as well. I believe we have our new filing up that we filed with the Supreme Court. This is truly about, if the Supreme Court doesn't take this case, they will be putting their stamp of approval on corruption, on election officials who don't follow the laws, who don't follow the procedures, and we will have Banana Republic-style elections from here to eternity because they'll be giving the stamp of approval to that kind of an election, and I don't think anybody wants that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kari Lake, thank you so much for joining us. There you go, and we'll see you next time.